Crocheted cables are a really fun technique that adds texture and classic elegance to your crochet. And in this video, I want to show you how to do that. Okay, we have come back around to the next cable, and I'm going to demonstrate again how we do this. You can see here are my 8 stitches right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is a 4x4 triple crochet cable. So we're going to wrap the yarn around twice for the triple. Try to not let it be spread out like this. Try to keep them in a little bit. We're going to skip 4 stitches because this is a 4x4. So 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches. We're going to skip that. Here's the 5th stitch. I'm going to get in around the post of the stitch, not in the top of the stitch. Going to yarn over and pull through 2, 2, 2. Okay, here we go again. Around the post, that makes the stitch pop forward. 2, 2, and 2. 2 yarn overs. You would use this same technique if you were making double crochet cables or any other kind. Let's put it, there it goes. Okay, so there's the first 4. And here are the ones that we skipped over here. So we're going to do our double yarn over. We're going to come back over here. Let's get this over here. There we go. We got our double yarn over. We're going to come back over to the first stitch that we skipped over. And we're going to bring this back. We're going to get behind that post like that. Pull it up just a little bit, make sure it's got plenty of room. Now see how I'm holding all of this close together? I'm not letting it spread all over the place. I'm also not pulling on it. You do want to do these stitches gently. You don't want them to be tight, but you also don't want them to be loose and sloppy. All right, let's go. There's the one we just did. There's the post for the next one. We're going to get in behind there, and you are going under that stitch from the right side, under, coming out on the left. Sorry, I should get that back over to the middle. It helps a little bit when you're trying to get through these if you kind of pull them open a little bit with that left hand. You're not pulling hard, just enough to open the stitches. Get our 2 yarn overs. Find the 3rd stitch. You do sometimes have to look for them, and you want to make sure that you do that so you're going into the correct stitches, or around, as was probably the better way to say that, because these are post stitches. And there's that other one right there. Around the stitch. Alright, there we go. And you can see, I'm going to take my hook out, and you can see Well, this really looks kind of odd, doesn't it? We've got this hole over here. You can see the first 4 stitches we did are over here, and the second 4 are kind of laying over. And that's what's going to allow them to cross over each other. So I'm going to stitch back around and come back, and then I'm going to show you what we do on top of these to help make them actually look, give that twisted rope cable look. So stand by. Okay, so I've brought the work back around to this cable. In this example, we are working in the round. It's slightly different than if we were working back and forth in rows. So I'm going to demonstrate here how to do this working in the round, and then I am going to show you later how to do it working in rows. Okay, so we have those stitches that we worked out of order, but now we need to work them in their crossed order. And I've given them a little bit of an extra tug so I can find them. And you can see them here. There's 1, 2, 3, let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. These ones we're going to just do a double crochet, not the triple. So I've got my yarn again, but we are still doing a post stitch. So we're going to go behind the stitch. And I'm going to get that post one. Then you're going to find the next one. Because they lay over and kind of hide each other a little bit, you do have to sometimes move things around to find them. So I'm going to stick my thumb into that crossed area so that I can pull them back out. There's the third one. Okay, now I need the fourth one, so I'm going to stick my thumb kind of back in that crossed section so I can get a hold of. There's that fourth one right there. And then we have these 4 right here. Get there. There we go. Okay, now we've done 8 double crochet post stitches to pull that cross up. In this particular pattern, which is the Oda hat pattern, we'll come back around and we'll do post stitches one more time. So there's the cross row, and then there are 2 rows of double crochet post stitches above that, and then we cross again. And you can see that a little bit more. We have a cross, 2 rows, cross, there's 2 rows, the cross. So alright, I'm going to work alright, I want to show you how to do the cable, the second row on the cable. Okay, I want to show you how to do the second row of the cable if you're doing this back and forth in rows. Right here, we're looking at these cables from the wrong side, from the back side. And so if I turn it around, you can see, oops, don't move everything here. All right. So from the right side, you can see where our cable is. But if we were working this in back and forth rows, you would be looking at this from this side. This little ridge right here happens when you make those post stitches, so that's a good thing. And again, you still have those 4 stitches and 4 stitches that are kind of done out of order. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of do a little pretend over here. I'm going to insert my hook in the top of this double crochet and just pull up a loop of yarn and we're going to pretend that I've got a double crochet going on over here just so that we can play with this. All right. All right. That is as if we're going in rows. Now we need to find the stitches, and we're gonna look across the tops here to find it. So if we dig in here a little bit, and there is our first. And what we want to do is we need to remember that these posts need to be popping out onto the right side, and we're on the wrong side. So what we need to do is, instead of going around and pulling the post forward toward us, we need to make sure that that post stitch is popping to the right side. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in from the right side, go around that post that way, and do that double crochet over here. I really want you to take your time with this. It's very, very easy to hook into parts of the stitches that you don't want. Alright, let's see if we can get in here and take a look again. Alright, so this is the stitch right here that we just made what's now called a back post, because from the side we're facing, the post is popping out to the back. And let's find our next stitch. Again, sometimes you have to wriggle in there with your fingers, but there it is. And I'm going to go on to the back side. You see that? I'm coming in from the back side around that post and pulling it back to the other side. I'm going to make that double crochet. It's the second one. Now we got to find the third one. And there it is. Right there. Again, I'm going to go from the back side and around. Okay, and finish that double crochet. Let's find the fourth one. There it is right there. Okay, again we're going to go to the in from the back side, over the, pop back out the back. Oh, I split my yarn. I have to put that back together. There it goes. Okay. There we go. Now we need to get these front ones, which are a little bit easier to see, but in order to do them, you see we have that bar, this bar going on right here, so we actually need to come in under this bar and around that stitch and pull it back. Let me see if I can do that a little bit better so you can really see it. It's hard with this camera angle. Okay, we have this bar where it is between the stitches. We're going to go under that. We're going to go over the top of the post and pull it back towards the other side. Finish that. Yarn over. Let's see, there's the next one. 2 more, guys. Here we go. Here's that next one. Around the post of that stitch. There it is, right there. Around that one. And then you would do your stitches in the body of the hat. Let's go ahead and turn that around so you can see what it looks like. There you go. And there is that. It does give it a little different look here, because here we have the front side. We have the stitch worked on the front, and here you're going to see the back side. And the back side of a double crochet looks different, but it's okay. It adds a beautiful texture. It's really fun to do, and I hope you'll give it a try.
I'm Susie Quillen, and I'm the Empress of Yarn here at Perfectly Naughty, and I thank you for joining me in this tutorial video on how to make crocheted cables. I wanted to point out before we close out altogether that the little holes that you will see in the sides of your cables, not to worry. Over time, those will bloom in as the yarn relaxes, and it's also normal. You'll see that in your knitted cables as well if you look carefully. I thank you again for taking the time to be with me. Subscribe to this YouTube channel and click that notification bell so that you get notified every time we post a new video. And don't forget to head over to perfectlynaughty.com to sign up for the email newsletter to get a weekly dose of encouragement and fun yarn tips, tutorial videos, and more. Thank you. See you next time.